Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Fitness Education Online podcast. I'm your host Jono, and I'm super excited because I get to interview someone. Oh, she's not a Greek Australian. I'm the only Greek Australian that's ever been on this show, I think, but she's the next closest thing. She's a Greek American. So let me tell you a little bit about this person. She's a fitness business coach. She helps fitness professionals build a profitable online business without a ton of followers, and she's the creator of the Client Attraction Blueprint. So, without further ado, let me introduce all the way from Costa Rica, Ms. Ria Zervos. Ria, how are you?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here and to meet a fellow Greek. I always love meeting my Greek people.
Yes, I'm the same there. Well, hey, Ria, I like to start all my podcasts off with a quote or mantra that inspires you or fires you up. Have you got one you could use for us?
I do, and it's kind of a story if you don't mind if I share that with you.
Please.
Um, there is a cycling route. Sorry about that. There's a cycling route in Northern California called Mount Diablo. And my coach at the time, him and I were climbing up this hill, and I should have had the how high it is, but it's extremely high. If you Google Mount Diablo in Northern Cal, you'll see how high it is. The pros have raced up it during the Tour de California, and it's a switchback. And as you're going up, you're going up. I was really hurting. And my coach turns to me and says, if you don't want to learn about yourself, you stay at the bottom of the hill. If
Oof.
you want to grow and you want to learn about yourself, you keep going. Now, what I told him was completely different than what happened because I told him to drop some F bombs at him, but that has always stayed with me. If you don't want to learn about yourself, just stay at the bottom of the hill.
Yes, I love it. I use a similar one myself. I guess the way I look at that is if you want to stay the same, just stay at the bottom of the hill. You know, if you don't want to grow, you don't want to get better, you don't want to grow your business, great. Don't do anything, just stay where you are, but understand you're going to always be where you are, right? If you want to grow, you got to at least make the attempt. Hey, you might get halfway up that hill and slide all the way back down, At least you gave it a crack. At least you know. The similar one I like is just by giving it a crack, even you're lapping the people on the couch.
Exactly. You just got to make an effort. And changing your life, whether it's exercise or in business, it's going to be uncomfortable. And as we tell our clients, if you stay in that comfort zone, you're never going to change. So we got to get uncomfortable if we want to change.
Yes, love it. And I think that's a good message there. Anyone that's listening to this, if you're comfortable in your life right now, do whatever the crap you can to get uncomfortable. Go and do something, go and run a marathon, sign up for a bodybuilding competition, hire a business coach, throw some money in marketing, just do something and get you uncomfortable. Because also another thing I found, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're just staying
Yes.
still, maintaining, sooner or later, you're going to have a drop. But if you're giving one thing a crack, giving the next thing a crack, giving the next thing a crack, you're not going to get that drop because you've got so many things going. And B, sooner or later, one of those things is going to work. So thank you for
Exactly.
thank you for bringing that up, Ria. Now, I've
Mhm.
obviously been following you for a while on social media now. If someone's listening to this and they haven't been following you, let us know in a nutshell, Ria, what is it you do? How do you help fitness professionals?
So, just so everybody knows, I have been in the fitness industry for 22 plus some years. There's not a job I haven't done from
Did you
towels,
you started when you were five? Did you say 22 years? So you started when you were
22 years.
5? Is that how that works,
Oh,
Ria? Or
I love you right now. I love you. Now I'm turning 46 in a week. So, a little Botox here. No, I'm just kidding. But 22 years. So there's nothing I haven't done. And I just fell in love. Like my passion truly is helping fitness professionals grow, whether that is helping them present on the stage, is what I used to do, to now helping them grow a business online. Because if you're not online and you're just depending on the gyms, you're kind of missing things. And especially with COVID, how it shut down, especially the US and the UK, it's having that online presence of growing a business. So that is what I help them do because as fitness professionals, we can help everybody. There truly is not a person out there we cannot help that we didn't learn how to help. The problem is when you get online, if you try to talk to everybody, you're just talking to nobody.
Mm.
And that is one of the biggest problems fitness professionals have when they come online, is understanding that we can't talk to everybody. We've got to really niche ourselves down, make ourselves the expert in that niche, and that's going to make us stand out along with just being ourselves. And that's
Mm.
the other thing, trying to teach a fitness professional not to be a perfectionist. That's a hard one to crack, but we do work on it. And so yeah, so that's what I do, is I coach them through really having a successful business online, get past the 1K, get past the 2K, and make it a really successful business.
Love it. And you do this one-on-one coaching, group coaching, courses. How do you help? All of the above?
So, all of the above for the most part. So, I do one on one coaching primarily. I do have a group program that I'm just finishing the launch. So, if you're listening to this, you can go check it out. The last day to sign up is on Saturday, but that's my 10-week program. It is a group program. And then I do my one on ones, and that is a 6 months intense program because I want to make sure they're successful. They get me all up in their business. I'm looking at everything. I'm like, all right, nope, let's get under here. What's in your mindset? What's your program really saying? And are you speaking the language of your ideal client, which is a huge key component as well.
Yes, love it. Awesome. And what I'll put all Ria's links down in the show notes, but probably the best thing to do is follow her on Instagram. So I'll make sure I put her Instagram handle in there. Make sure to follow that. Now let's get into it, Ria. So let's say someone's listening to this. They're probably in one of two categories. Either they're working at a gym, they know they want to get online. Maybe they've dabbled, but it just hasn't worked, or maybe they are doing a bit online, but they're putting in a lot of work online and they're making, $1,000, $2,000 a month, not enough to quit that job in the gym or not enough to go solely online. Let's do, I'm going to hand it over to you here. What's the first thing that trainer there should do? They've got small online presence. They're doing a little bit on there, but very small, $1,000, $2,000 a month, but they want to make a lot more money online and start to do less face-to-face. What's the first thing that trainer needs to do?
Hire a coach. So
Yes, yes.
now, really hire a coach, join a group program. Number one thing I would tell people to do. The next thing, stop worrying about a website, stop worrying about a logo, and start focusing on one product.
Mm.
One product, not a whole bunch. I've got an ebook, I've got this, I've got a group program. Focus on one product, focus on one or two social media platforms, and that's it. Don't try to
Mm.
be on every single platform. The key is to be on the platform where your ideal client is. If your ideal client is not on Instagram, then don't be there.
Mm.
A lot of clients right now are finding, a lot of my clients are finding their clients on Clubhouse.
Mm.
If your clients are there, then go put yourself there. But if they're not there, if you're a blogger and you want to write health things, then Pinterest. But it's finding out where they are before you invest all this time and energy into a platform that your ideal client's not even there. It's a waste of your time. So really being time efficient, and hire a coach, understand the platform you should be on, really focus on one product suite. When you conquer that one, then start to add. Don't conquer it when you're sitting there going, well, it's not working, so I should add another one. No, sit back and go, what is working? What did work? Take those good things and go, okay, how can I tweak this to make it better the next time? And just keep moving forward.
Lovely.
Failure is a lesson. It's not, there's no such thing as failure. There's just not. It's a lesson.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. So much good bits of information in that just little spiel there. So let's recap. Let's even deep dive again. I'll give a summary. So, yeah, hire a coach, join a program. It should be a no-brainer. It's like, how do I put it? Anything in life, like it's almost arrogant to think you can do it on your own. Right.
Yeah.
And I understand why, you maybe some people want to do it for the fun of it, or maybe we're looking to, save some money or whatever it may be. But let's be honest, it's almost arrogant. And if we're speaking to a fitness professional, it's the same sort of thing to someone who's never trained before in their life, never walked into the gym before in their life, never exercised in their life, and they think they can just go and get the perfect result they want in the gym without a trainer. Maybe they can, maybe, but it's going to take them ages. They're going to have to do a lot of research on their own. They're probably going to get injured a couple times. It's the same thing with online. It's like if you think you're going to do it on your own, maybe you can. And like in anything, there's always that small percent of people that do it, right? And you probably see
Yeah.
those small percent of people. A trainer might be like, oh, that trainer, used to work at my gym. Now she's got all these followers and making all money online. If she can do it, so can I. And yeah, you can. But what is for her that did it, it's probably 99 other people that tried to do it and failed as well. So maybe there's the 1 out of 100 that does it. But if you join if you hire a coach or join a program, it's just a way quicker way to do it. You're going to condense the time, probably the money as well, because yeah, you're going to have to pay that coach some money, but the money that you pay if you spend money on a coach, you've probably hired the wrong coach. You hire that coach to make you more money back, right? You pay that coach X amount of dollars,
Yes.
but you listen to what they say and they should bring you more than that back. So a coach should not be an expense. It should be an investment. It should make you revenue. And if they don't, you pick the wrong coach. But that's another story, right? Go and do that research before you hire. And actually, I'll piggyback on that as well. It doesn't always need to be a high ticket coach. There's a lot of experts out there. Hey, you got to do my $5,000, $20,000 program, and hey, don't get me wrong, I got one of those myself, right? I'd love for you to do it, but it's not for everyone, right? I've also got, and I'm sure you do as well, Ria. You've probably got different categories depending on what it's going to be,
Yes.
right? Hey, you're starting off, cool. Here's a group coaching program that's more affordable. It's not going to be one-on-one, but look, start with this one. Let's get you some results. Then do your one-on-one one. Hey, you don't have the funds for the group one. Look, here's my online one. It's X amount of dollars. Do this. It'll get the ball rolling. And then use the money you made off that. Then do the next step there. Just start somewhere. So, yeah, I love that point there. I love the website and logo. We were chatting about this before. I'm like, Ria, what should I tell people to do? Go to your website. She's like, I haven't even checked my website. Just, tell them to follow me on Instagram, And that's the thing, like a website, I think it's the reason why a website is so bad is for a few different reasons. Firstly, a website, unless you SEO optimize it, is no one's going to find it, and like to SEO optimize it, you got to either be a full-time technical nerd or you got to pay someone thousands of dollars to do it for you. So it's sort of like, unless you're going to do that, the website's just a waste of space. It's so much easier to get out there on social media. And the logo, I get this all the time, people are like, what? I can't tell the difference. People are like, what logo looks better, this one and this one? I'm like, man, they look exactly the same. And then the trainer will be like, no, I've got a darker shade of purple in this one. And I'm like, man, if you think someone's training with you because you've got a better shade of purple than your competitor, there's some problems going on there, So love that there. Join a coach. Don't worry about your website. Don't worry about your logo. One product, so key. Even another thing where I speak to a lot of trainers, I'm like, all right, what are you doing? They're like, okay, well, I've got this program here, which is $49, and I've got this program here, which is $200, and I've got this program for triathletes and this program for bodybuilders. I'm a fitness business coach and I'm confused. What chance has the consumer got to understand what they're going to do, But if you can just have one product, all right, to start with anyway, and that's the other thing. I think you can look at a lot of people and be like, oh, this online expert's got this different array. I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, that expert probably started with one as well, Even if I use my business, Fitness Education Online, we've got 40 different online courses. We started with one for like a year. So I think that's key there. Just pick your signature program, whatever that is, and it's just so much it's less work for the trainer as well. So I got one program. Do you want it? Yes or no? That's it.
Yes.
So that's key. I love the platforms. I even recommend one. I know you said one or two, Ria. I think even one to start with, just maybe if you're savvy and you got a bit of a following on both, okay, do both. But just that's the other biggest mistake. I spoke to, because I do a lot of work in the online world as well. People trying to sell their courses. And I'm like, all right, what strategy you using? They're like, oh, I'm using Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, blogging, Facebook group. I'm like, okay, how many leads are you getting a week? Oh, one or two. And I'm like, man, you're doing all those platforms just to get one or two. Just pick the platforms that's getting that one or two leads and then scrap the
Yes.
rest. You may not get more leads, but at least you're saving yourself hours and hours of work, or dive deeper into that. And I'll piggyback and go one deeper as well with that, in that I think you should do a course specific for that platform. So I think you should
Hmm.
have a business coach to help you with your business. But let's say whatever platform you think, once again, I think it's arrogant. If you think, oh, yeah, I'm just going to put a video on YouTube, and you don't know the algorithm, you don't know the description, you don't know the keyword research, you don't know, how to make the sound look good, the video look good, like you're not going to win. There's people on
Yeah.
there that are already making, millions of dollars and millions of views. If you haven't studied that platform, you're not going to win. So I think pick
Yeah.
a platform, but do a course in that platform so that you actually understand that platform. It's like
Exactly.
it's the equivalent to someone saying, "Oh, I signed up to the gym and it didn't work." Well, did someone write you a program, or did you just go in there and do random stuff? It's not the gym that doesn't work; it's that you didn't have a program. Same thing with social. Um, yep, ideal client. Oh, you know what? Here's my. I agree 100% with the ideal client. Here's where I have a think a little bit different, depending on the platform you choose. Right? I think just as important is also the platform that you're comfortable with. Because let's say,
Yes.
for example, I prefer Facebook groups, right? And I know there's a heap of fitness trainers on Instagram, but I know I suck at Instagram. So I know I'll be better. Every time I post a selfie, I actually lose followers. So I'm like, okay, it's not the platform for me. Let me focus on Facebook. So I think that's important too. It's like your client has to be there. If you're training,
Yes.
I don't know, seniors or whatever, okay, TikTok isn't going to be the platform for you,
Yeah.
right? So there's got to be an element. But on the flip side, if it's at one of the bigger platforms, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, whatever, most people are going to be on there. So I think, just as important as the target market is, do what you're comfortable with as well and find that overlap. It's like, right,
Yes.
I love this platform here. I know my clients are here, perfect overlap there. And I love the failure. My favorite quote, Ria, is actually, I never lose. I've never lost in my life, believe it or not. I either win or I learn something. They're the
Yes.
only two, only two
Those are
options.
your only options.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of learning experiences. Don't get me wrong,
Oh
and some of
yeah,
them
I
hurt
got
as
them.
well. Some of them hurt, and some of them cost a lot of money to learn these days.
Yes.
But that's what it is. It's a learning experience. So love that. Awesome, man. I feel we could do a
Yeah.
podcast just on that. But
I
cool.
know.
We've we've got that down packed. Let's say now the train's a bit more sophisticated. They're like, okay,
Mhm.
Ria. Now we're probably talking about a $2,000 a month trainer. Hey,
Mhm.
I've got, maybe they don't have a coach because the coach could, or maybe they do, but they've reached the limit of the coach. Maybe they're in the group coaching program that's taken them so far. They don't worry about their website, their logo. They got one product, focusing on the one platform, got their ideal client, but they're capped out at $2,000 a month. They want to get to the next. They want to get to 5,000, 10,000. What do we do there?
So this is the biggest one of the other things I keep seeing with trainers is they start pricing themselves like they're a gym. You're not a gym.
Mm,
You're your own boss.
mm.
You get to give yourself a raise. And a lot of times trainers have a really hard time saying my price is increased,
Mm,
or I'm sorry, it's not about a 10 pack, because
mm,
when you sell a 10 pack and you don't put an expiration date on that 10 pack and someone wants to extend that a little longer, you're losing money.
mm,
And then you're like, I have to get more clients and I have to get more clients. So I'm a really big advocate of contracts,
mm.
of this is my monthly fee. I
Yeah,
don't care if I see you once a week or twice a week.
yeah.
This is what I charge per month, and you're locked in for 4 months.
Gotcha.
And so really sitting down and going, okay, how much do I want to make? Sorry. And now let's work those numbers kind of backwards. This is what I want to make. How many clients do I need to have? How much do I need to charge in order to get there?
Mm,
And the problem is that so many trainers just go, well, the gym charges this, so I'm going to charge this. It's not about the gym.
mm.
Has nothing to do with them anymore because you're a business. So you've got to start thinking like a business. Put your CEO hat on and take the trainer hat off and crunch the numbers. So when you get to that point, that's one of the things, is sitting down and going, let me look at the numbers. Let me crunch those numbers and see where I need to get to, and give yourself a raise. I was going to say something, I'll give yourself a raise. It's okay to give yourself a raise.
Yes, love it. Okay, yes, very good point there, because that is a big jump, right? It's like, okay, you get your first initial clients, making some cash, but then it's like, oh, how can I get more? There's only like, I've got two options. I can keep hustling and try and get more clients, but then that's going to be more work, or I can keep doing what I'm doing now, but if I charge more, I'm going to make more revenue working the same amount of hours. And I love how you've said the fee. Here in Australia, we use weekly, but we'll just use monthly because that can work as well. It's like, it's not, X amount per session. If charging per session, you're gone. Whether it's a
Yeah.
one-off session, whether it's a 10-pack, whether it's, whatever it may be, it's a monthly fee. Hey, I charge X amount of dollars per month, whatever it is. Let's just, actually, I'm like,
Yeah.
actually, we'll speak about that in a sec, but let's just throw a number out there as an example.
Okay.
Let's say you charge $100 a month, right? For your
Yeah.
your online program, whatever it is, right? It's $100 or even, well, let's wrong with that, whatever. It's $100 a month, and it's a minimum of 3 months, So it's like you're charging per month, and the sessions, whether you're doing virtual, online, Zoom chats, whatever it is just one part of it. You're not charging
Yes.
per the session, you're charging $100 per month. And as part of that, and there's numerous things that you get there. You might get whatever, a couple ebooks, a session, some workouts, whatever it may be, but it's just one part of it there. It's not linked to the session. Because once the client
Yes.
starts doing the math, okay, well, hold on, but I'm just getting one session for that $100. Hold on, I'm paying $100 a session. If I go to the gym, I can get it for 50. It's not about that. It's like, here's
Not
the
about that.
program, that's just one part of it there. So I love that you've mentioned that. And it also works just really well for the marketing side of things. Let's say, and I've just thrown that number out of anywhere, $100 a month for 3 months, right? So let's say that's what it is. And, that's your thing. It's like, cool, it's a $300 program. Great. I'm going to go and put $300 in marketing, because I know all I need is one client and I've made my money back, or I'm going to go and,
Yeah.
hire a business coach, and if they charge whatever, $300 a week, okay, great. All I need is one client a week, and I've made that back there. So I love that there. I love how you mentioned the working backwards. So let's even do a little bit of that now, because I think this will be fun. Let's say the trainer's goal is 10K. They're like, all right, I want to make $10,000 a month with my online fitness program or programs or whatever it may be. We then need to be like, all right, cool. How much do I need to charge per client? What sort of numbers are we? And I know it's going to vary, because there's obviously, you can go, charge a bit more and have less, or go a bit cheaper and have fewer clients. But what can you sort of tell us there as an indication? Let's say a trainer wants to make $10,000 a month. What would you say is the easiest way to do it? What should they charge for their program?
So if they want to make 10K a month, okay, so let's think about those numbers. And I've got to have a calculator next to me, just so you know, because I got to have numbers in my head. Deciding on how many clients can you realistically fit in your lifestyle. Your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not the client's lifestyle.
Yeah.
What kind of life do you want to live? Do you want 20 clients? If you want 20 clients, and you can lower your rate significantly.
Yeah.
But if you want to make 10K a month, and you want to only train 10 clients, right? So let's do the numbers of what you need to charge for each client.
It'll be 1K,
That's what
right?
it's 1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You need to charge that one client.
Gotcha.
So out of 10 clients, you need to charge 1,000 a month. Now, what are you going to give? A lot of trainers will sit back and go, oh my God, what am I going to give them for 1,000 a month? There's a whole lot you can give them, because the thing, when somebody pays you $1,000 a month, how do you show up? You show up because you're like, this person is paying me $1,000 a month. Someone pays you $100 a month. How do you show up? You show up. Okay. Is it surf time yet? It's really like, I don't want to show up, but somebody pays you $1,000 a month. That client wants your attention. You give them their attention. That client wants something, a little extra love. You give them a little extra love. And guess what? That returns into client retention. Then they start referring you. And then you don't have to market yourself as much because your name is now being tossed around because you're getting results. You're giving them the customer service that they want. You are showing up for them, and that pays off. And that pays off by then you starting to raise your prices to get into $1,200 a month. And yes, you can charge $1,200 a month per client. It's very easy. And I'm still lowballing that.
Yes, agree. Awesome. All right. Well, let's run with that. Let's say, all right, cool. I want to make $10,000 a month. I'm going to need 10 clients paying me $1,000 a month. I do that. I'm good. We can go two ways from here. Let's start with what do we include in that program? Let's just, and then once again, it's going to be so many different variables, right? It's going to depend on your niche, because really the way I look at it is you need to get that person the result they want. And that's going to be different whether the person's a bodybuilder, whether it's, someone that wants to lose weight, whether it's an athlete, whatever. But if you could just give us an idea, what would a $1,000 a month program look like?
So for an online trainer, a $1,000 a month package would easily be, you would be locking them in between 3 to 4 months. I recommend 4 months because you get the better results than saying 1 month or 2 month or even 3 months. You get better results saying over 4 months. You're going to meet with them a minimum of once a week. You're going to meet with them physically, and it can be either a workout that you're going to be meeting with them, or it can be a mindset work. A lot of times, let's think about it. When we work with our clients in the gym, we all should have a psychology degree because
Mm,
the stuff we hear and what we need to give to them, it's a lot of energy we have to give them. So sometimes those calls might just be mindset work. You're going to lay out your program of going, I know my client has to go through X, Y, and Z to get to this point. Maybe we need to work on form. Maybe they need to work on flexibility. And we're going to design that program just like we would design it for them to be in the gym. So once a week, I would also be sending them a workout plan. Here's your workout for the week. I use a very specific, there's so many apps out there that you can
mm,
use. I recommend using an app. They have to check in on it. And a lot of clients sometimes are like, "What? I have to check in?" It's like, "Well, you're not going to lie, are you?" It's like you got to check in. You've got to have some accountability for yourself that you actually did the work. So they're going to be checking in with you. You're going to be checking in with them. If you include a nutrition program, and not all trainers do, but if you have that background, you can sit there and go, okay, here's a nutrition plan, here's an eating plan. Some of my clients also do a pantry check. Let's go and review your pantry. Really? Do you really think you should have those snickerdoodles in there? Maybe not. So it's really customizing of what you can deliver. Don't lie about what you can deliver. Be honest about what you can deliver, but you can add in ebooks in there. You can add in PDFs, things for them to read so that they can follow the structured program.
yes, love it. Awesome. Okay, cool. Makes sense. And I guess the way we can differentiate is it's like, all right, cool. If I'm going to charge $1,000 a month, I'm giving a freaking sick service. It's personalized,
Yes.
it's individual. We're meeting there face to face. I'm giving specific accountability. I'm personalizing a nutrition plan if I've got that qualification. I'm doing pantry checks. And then you get all the automated stuff as well. Right. Whereas if you
Yes.
wanted to go the other route and you're like, all right, cool. Hey, I don't want to, do the one-on-one stuff. I don't want to personalize it. I want a more, leveraged approach. Okay, cool. You can do it, but you wouldn't be able to charge the $1,000 a month. Then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Let me charge whatever it is, $100 a month. But now I've got to get 100 people in there, or whatever my math sucks as well. But whatever the
Yes.
the maths is to get in there. So it's like pick one way and go that one way there. Or there's probably a meet in the middle as well, which could be a group thing as well, and it's a couple $100 or whatever it may be. But I like where we're going with that there. Now, what about in terms of attracting these clients, Ria? Let's say someone's watching this and they're like, "Oof, I only got a few hundred people on my Instagram, few hundred people on
Mm.
Facebook, and I'm pretty sure none of them are going to pay me $1,000 a month to train with me." How do we go about finding these clients and maybe the sales process as well? Because I'm guessing if you're charging a
Okay.
thousand bucks a month, you're probably going to need to be pretty good at sales. It's not just a matter of going to the website or sending a DM and going to the link in your bio or whatever. What can you tell us about finding these clients and then closing the sale?
So, okay, That's like a loaded question there. And I have so many things in my head. Well, the number one thing is that you've got to flip the switch of your mindset of saying, no one's going to pay me. No one's going to pay me $1,000. The longer you sit there and say, no one's going to pay you $1,000, no one is going to pay you $1,000. So that's the first thing, is going in and be like, no, I'm worth it. Look at the certifications on my wall. I am worth this, So flipping that switch right there. Now, where to find your ideal client? Several things here is, one is your market research, which I know everybody on here has probably heard you say, you got to do market research. You got to know where they're hanging out. And then you actually got to go hang out with them.
Yeah.
And it's not just about sending a DM, because we have all received those, hey girl, buy my product DMs, and they don't even use your name. And you can smell a sales pitch a mile away. Like it's like right there. It's like, please, use my name, get to know me. It's, I'm sorry, but the one night stand thing, no, I'm not going for it. So it's really getting to know people and forming relationships with people. And you do that by being authentic and being yourself. So when you're out there looking for your ideal client, you look at them not as a number. They're not a number, they're a person. And you have to sit there and say to yourself, I am doing a disservice if I don't serve and help these people. So when we start these relationships and you may comment on something that they comment, or maybe you start following them, you genuinely are following them because you like them, not because you want to do an unfollow 2 weeks later. You're following them because you want to get to know them. You feel that you can be a service of them. Now, that could be a little hard for people because they're like, oh, I'm following all these people and no one's following me back. And once again, this comes into the mindset of being like, you have to let that go. And the other way is actually making sure your content is speaking to your ideal client. It's not about what we want. It's, what do they want to hear from us? If somebody is saying strength training and your ideal client is using toning, then our content is not speaking to them.
Yep.
So we actually have to start using the word toning, which is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of trainers. It's like, I don't want to use toning. But if that's what they're using, we need to speak to them so that they start coming to talk to us and seeing what we're doing and seeing the value that we're providing for them. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, love it. Let me summarize that as well. Yeah, I think the most important is mindset. All right, like if you don't believe you're worth $1,000, no chance are you going to make that sale. Like it's just it'll come across in your voice. It's like when someone sort of speaks to you and they're like, "Hey, you don't want to buy this, do you?" Of course I don't want to. Like you can tell it in their voice. Like they're not sold on it. So I think firstly you got to sell yourself that you're worth
Yeah.
$1,000, and there's
Mhm.
no one that can really do that for you. It's not
No.
like you can go to a business coach and they can say, hey, here's a program that, we'll give you some ideas or some suggestions. But if you don't believe you're worth $1,000, you're not going to be able to sell it. And I think that's where the trainer has to do some sort of research, do some mindset work,
Yes.
and be like, okay, how can I make myself believe that I'm worth $1,000? And a few little tips that I've found in my career that's helped me to do that is, firstly, I invest in other programs. So
Yeah.
the most expensive program I invested in was, I think it was about $20,000 for a year for a mastermind. Right. After that, after investing in a $20,000 mastermind, it was no longer hard for me to make a $2,000 sale. Before
Yeah.
that, I'm like, oh, because before that, the most expensive investment I made was my car, which was $2,000. Trying to make a $2,000 sale, if the most expensive thing I've ever bought is at $2,000, which is my car, it's just going to come across. I don't really believe it. But if it's,
Yes.
and then you don't need to be as good of objections. If someone's like, oh, $2,000 is a lot of money, right? Well, I mean, not really. I paid 20, but it depends depends how important it is to you, right? And I'm not saying you'd say it like that, but you can come across with more confidence. So that's one thing I've found. If you purchase a expensive program, and not just that, because there's a lot of people that do that and don't as well. They just go and buy all these expensive programs, but don't do anything with it, right? It's
Yes, they're
like,
shelf programs. They just stick it on the shelf.
exactly,
Mhm.
So it's yeah, that's one way that can help, but only one part of it. But I think that's important there. Yeah, market research. That's the most important part because, and to be honest, a lot of this comes down to responsibility as well. A business coach is good, but if you think you're going to hire a business coach and they're going to help you with your business, but also help with you with your mindset and also do your market research for you, forget about it. That's your job. You should know your market inside out. You should have hundreds of conversations with your ideal client. That's how you get good at sales. That's how you
Yes.
get good at marketing. If you have 100 conversations with the exact person that you want to talk, that you want to train, and you can find out the questions from, hey, what do you want? What would you want in an online fitness program? Okay, you'd want this, 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 and this. Okay, would you want? Oh, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't even read it. Oh, okay, I won't put that in. Okay, you definitely need this. You definitely need this. Okay, cool. If I put a program together and it included bang, 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 what would you pay for it? $500 a month. 500. Okay, I want to charge 1,000. Would you pay 1,000? What would I need to have in there for you to pay $1,000? And if you have that with 100 people, okay, I guarantee you 90% of them will come back and won't buy it anyway. But you only need the 10 anyway, right? You get those
Yes.
10
You
there.
only need 10.
Yeah. And then you've got that market research. You know the words, you know what they want, you know what they don't want. There's all your social media posts. Hey, do you want this, this, this? Here's how you do it. You want more of it? Go into my program. Hey, you want this, but you don't want to do this, 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 and this? Here's how you do it. You want more of it? Go into my program. I think if you don't have that, nothing else matters. And it'll go full circle back to the social. Even if you do a course, how to grow your Instagram. If you don't know your target market, that course isn't going to do anything for you. So I think that's key there. And the content, yeah, awesome. No, I love that there.
And let me add one more thing
Yeah.
is be yourself.
Oh yeah.
So many trainers are trying to copy other coaches
Mm,
and do exactly what somebody else did. You're what you write in your post, like if you try to take somebody else's post and write it your own, and even my coach has talked about this where she's
yeah.
like, you can't take what I write and put it in your post
Yeah.
because it's not going to react.
Yeah.
So a lot of things is really just be yourself. If you are a blumbering idiot sometimes, let people see that.
Yeah.
If you, whatever, like my kid comes in screaming, let people see that
Mm,
because that's who you are. That's
yeah.
it makes you human.
Yeah.
And so many times, trainers, we try to be these zipped up, perfect people. And that's not who we are. We're
Mm,
all kind of funny and
mm,
quirky, and if we show that type of personality to people, that's what's really going to attract people to us. They're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, they're human. They eat pizza." Yeah, we do. So, I think that's really important as well to really be authentic, really be ourselves and stop trying to be anybody else.
yes. No, agree 100%. And I think if I was to piggyback off that, um, the reason that becomes hard is sometimes people will troll you, right? You'll
Mhm.
do something and then people will troll you. The way I got over that myself is it's like, all right, hey, I care more about helping people that I can help than I do of what other people think about me. So I'll go and do a video on social media. If I know it's going to help someone, I'll do that video. I give zero fucks if one of my friends from high school is going to say, "Oh, you're an idiot. Who do you think you are?" This and that. I give zero fucks. It doesn't. It, it's like what's the word? Um, like a trampoline. It just that it bounces straight off. I've forgotten about it 2 minutes later. So I think that's an
Yes.
important take there. Be yourself. Yeah, some people may not like that, but who cares? They're probably not your friends anyway. They're definitely never going to buy from you, so who cares? And then B, if they're not going to support you, are they really your friends? Good chance to do a cleanup on Facebook.
I always sit back and said, if you get haters, if you post something very polarizing and people don't like it, you're doing a good job.
Yeah,
You're
because
doing a
it's
real good job. If you get some people going, why are you saying that? Why are you
yeah,
saying? And here we go. I'm going to be very polarizing. If I sat there and said, I don't like Harry Potter, which by the way, I said I didn't like Harry Potter. And dear God, my Instagram blew up because we're like, what do
Mm,
you mean you don't like Harry Potter? I've never seen it, never read a book. It's not my thing. but people freaked out that I was like, I don't like Harry Potter. Sorry, people. But little things, even little things like that, people were just like, what? I don't get it. But it makes me stand out from other people. And it's those little things. It doesn't have to be so extreme,
Mm.
but it can be little things just to be yourself, to stand apart from other people.
Well, I'll give a couple examples. I'll give a personal one with myself in boot camp. So when I used to run a fitness boot camp, it was fun. That's what I wanted. The number one thing was fun. You come down here, you have fun. Oh, and by the way, you get a good workout and you're gonna, lose weight and get your fitness results as well. But the number one thing was I was having fun and meeting people. Now, even that's controversial because there's a lot of trainers
Mhm.
that think the complete opposite. Fun, you're running a boot camp for fun. Boot camp should be serious. You should go there and get results. That's what it's for, right? And I'm not saying they're wrong, right? But we're going to
Mhm.
attract completely different people. If my whole philosophy is, hey, you want to get fit, great, come down to this. You're going to meet some people. You're going to have a lot of fun, and as a byproduct, hey, you're going to get some fitness results as well. The people that resonate with that, it doesn't resonate with that. The people that are like, who's this silly idiot? A boot camp should be serious. Great, they're never going to sign up for my boot camp. I don't care because you know what? I wouldn't want them in there anyway because it wouldn't make me happy. It's going to make me happier if I'm training my ideal clients. Secondly, I can really attract the people I want because all my social media stuff, hey, come and have fun. Hey, come and have fun. Hey, come and have fun. I'm really going to hit those people that want to come down and have fun. If I then do hey, you got to be serious, this and that, it's going to be a mismatch. It's not going to attract the right people. So by me picking that niche and saying, hey, or picking that style, it's going to make me happier. It's going to get me more clients. And yeah, some people are going to, have a dig at me. The people that I couldn't care less about, right, in terms of clients and the trainers, like who cares? It's probably better for them anyway. They get the serious people to themselves there. And
Mhm.
even if we go deeper, right, because there's a few. Do you have? I won't give a name, but there's certain like franchises over here in Australia where they run really good services, but it's very quick. It's like, hey, you come in, you do a 2-minute warm up, you train super hard for 30 minutes or for 26 minutes or 28 minutes, and then you're out. It's bang, 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 bang. This is why we do it. We're busy people. You don't need to be there for an hour. All you need is half an hour workout. Go and do it. There's some people that are going to love that. Man, I'm so busy. I can go here and get an awesome workout. That's great. The flip argument to that is you can't do a proper workout in 30 minutes. You're not warmed up properly. You haven't shown technique, and like, not saying one's right or wrong. There's benefits for both. It's like pick one that you agree with. If you think, hey, all you want is a 30-minute session, quick, this is what I do, great. Or if you're the opposite and you're like, no, we focus on technique, good warm up, safety, exercise the right. Both have got their advantages. But if you try and do all of it, you're speaking to no one. If you just pick one lane and that's what you speak about, you might piss some people off, but you're going to attract the people that you want to attract. So I think that's important there. So thank you for
Exactly.
bringing that up.
Exactly.
Now, Ria, I want to be sensitive of your time. There's a few questions that I always like to finish up with. The first one is around mentors. So you're obviously a mentor for plenty of fitness business owners out there. I'm curious to hear who your mentors have been. And if you can answer this in a few different ways,
Oh.
if you could give us a paid mentor, so someone that you've handed over
Mhm.
money to and done their program
Mhm.
or hired them as a coach, someone that you haven't paid money to, but you follow them. You watch their YouTube videos, you follow them on Instagram, you're in their Facebook group, whatever. And then a book that you recommend every fitness professional who wants to grow their business should read. So paid, unpaid, book. What can you tell us?
Okay. So my biggest mentor in my life, and I didn't give him a penny, and I don't follow him on Instagram, and I can't even tell you guys to follow him, but I'll think of somebody else. Actually, was a boss I had for 10 years, and another Greek man, and he's also the one that we were climbing Mount Diablo with.
Mm,
Um, Unfortunately passed away 9 years ago,
mm,
but so many lessons and life lessons I learned from him that I cherish to this day. That honestly, if you work with me, I like spew out so many things. Life is like ebb and flow, got everything. You wear the bearer of your cross. When you ask me that question, which one do I choose? I'm like, gosh, I'm like, ding, ding, ding. But anyway, he is somebody that has been a mentor to me even in his passing. Now, Who do I follow? That or somebody that I've given money to. Well, there's two different mentors that I love them dearly. One is her name is Ortel Levy. You can find her at Workout Unicorn, or I think she has her account Ortel Levy as well. She is an Instagram guru, like through and through on growing your account. If you want to be that type
Mm.
of Instagram person where you have thousands and thousands of followers, she's incredible of that. And then my current coach, Isabella Sanchez, she is just top notch. I've been with her for over a year and a half, and literally I keep learning and learning and learning and learning. I've given them both between 5,000, 8,000, $10,000. I'm losing track on how much. I'm like, here, just take my money. I'm like, it's fine. A book that I have read, um, there is, oh gosh, I wish I know that I think it's called The Power of Now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Eckhart Tolle.
Um, yes,
Yeah.
that one really is. You got to be ready for that book though. You
Mm.
can't just pick it up and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to read this." But no, like you really got to be in a great mindset for that. I've recently just gotten into Gabrielle Bernstein's Super Attractor. That one very specifically, that book. I've recently just started to really like that book. And then a book I recommend to a lot of my clients when they are first trying out, and you're going to laugh at that. You might laugh at this. I don't know. It's a Money Manifestation Babe, How to Manifest $1,000 in 21 Days.
Okay.
The first time I read her book, and it's not just about money, it is like cleansing aura. You're going to dive deep into your like rooted stuff you didn't think you had in there. And the first time I read her book, in 21 days, I manifested 15,000.
Woo.
Kid you not. So I'm like, what just happened? So I recommend that book so, so much.
Give me the name of that again. I'm going to go on Amazon right now and get it.
So it's the Money Manifestation Babe.
Works for guys as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, just get used to her calling you, hey, babe and girl
Oof,
in
I
the
can,
book,
babe, I
you
can get
know?
used to. Here we go. $7 on Kindle. Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Wait. Unleash your inner money, babe. Up level
Yes.
your money
Yes.
mindset and manifest $1,000 in 21
Yep.
days.
That's her.
Catherine Zenkina.
Yes. That is her.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll get this. Awesome.
And don't try to skip ahead. You go day by day, because I know we're all like, I want to get to it. I want to, no, go day by day and trust the process.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I follow that really, that I haven't given money to. Um, Probably Sunny. I'm gonna butcher her last name.
Lenarduzzi.
Lendi.
Lenarduzzi.
Yes.
Yeah. YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her. She's on my list for the day that I start my YouTube channel. But yeah, just absolutely love her.
I've done her YouTube course. Really, really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket. It's like my 2022. I
Yeah.
got other things I got to work on this year.
No, yeah, it's a good course. Awesome. Well, hey, Ria, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Is there anything I should have asked you but forgot to, or is there anything you want to finish us off with?
No, I think you asked me everything that we were chatting about. So I think we hit on everything. Of course, if anybody has questions or want more information, they can just reach out to me. I'm open to share. I'm always like an open book with everything. And no, it's been such a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you so much. And I look forward to coming back to Sydney, to be honest.
Awesome. All right, we will chat soon.
Yes, thank you so much.